Right, so I feel like you slightly touched on this a little bit when you was talking about church and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But was there a particular turning point that led you on this particular path for the music where you said, no, you know what, I want to do music, I want to do R&B, I want to was there a moment?
Definitely. So going back to when I was in secondary school, obviously I said I didn't have the greatest time there, and it was mainly based on the fact that I was bullied a lot because I was dark skinned, believe it or not. So at the time, representation was really important, and at the time of when I was at school, there wasn't a lot of dark skinned artists that actually had made it. So the idea of becoming an R&B singer was something that was just, it was a good idea initially, but then you just almost brush it aside because it's just like, well, there's no one that really looks like me that's made it already, and so there's kind of no point. As the years have gone by, I've listened to more artists and more representation has been brought forward. That's obviously ignited my initial feeling of wanting to do music again, and then now I've just been like, do you know what? Forget it. It doesn't matter what I look like. I know that I produce good music, and I know that people will love me. So, yeah.
No, that's a tough one as well.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. For that colorism is a real situation.
Definitely.
Is that something that, I guess, going through that, is that something that you feel like you want to touch on in your music, or is it just like something it's in general that you advocate for?
Do you know what? Definitely. I don't feel like I can hold the position of being, a dark skin advocate, and it's just always love the skin that you're in, because there's some times where it's just naturally you sometimes feel insecure. You think maybe if I look like this, so I feel like that's my own personal battle. But I do definitely want, especially young girls and boys, to even look at me and just be like, do you know what? I'm comfortable in the skin that I'm in. These are the difficulties that I'm facing, but I'm still conquering through it. So it may not necessarily be through my music, but never say never. But the representation in itself, just seeing me, should hopefully be enough.
Definitely. Representation matters.
Yeah.
For real, it does. What else matters, I guess, is music and society.
Yeah.
Right? And these are two things, I guess, they work together quite a lot. How much do you think music impacts society?
How much does it impact society? A lot, I would say. I think just kind of but then, this one's it's a tricky one for me. So in terms of how it impacts society, I feel do you mean when if people are influenced by the music?
That's impacting society. If you're able to, yeah.
Okay, so I feel it does. I feel there's many artists like Kendrick Lamar, for example, who there's definitely a message through their music. I feel especially for Black people, and the Black society, or just to people that just don't have an insight to how it is to being a Black person. I feel he's opened a lot of ears and doors for a lot of people. So I definitely respect what he's doing there. And in terms of it being an impact, definitely. I feel artists like Beyonce as well. Beyonce had her Lemonade album, and I can't lie, I was going through heartbreak season with her, and I can't lie, yeah, that was impactful. That was something else. Yeah. So yeah, to answer your question, definitely yeah.
Yes, I was right there with her.
I was right there with sis. I'm telling you. Me and sis were mad at Jay-Z together.
Oh. I hear it. You know what? I missed on something very quickly, and it'd be rude of me not to ask, really and truly.
Yeah.
Just growing up in the areas we grew up. Have you ever been arrested or gone to prison?
No.
None of that?
Yeah.
No trouble with it,
no trouble. Yeah, no trouble.
You have to think about that one.
I'm not. Do you know what, the camera's in my face, yeah? I'm proper starting. I swear I've never been in trouble with the law or nothing like that. I'm a good girl. I focused on my books. I managed my own innit.
Let me not incriminate you. Let me not incriminate you any further. You said what you need to say. No, I hear it. No, I feel it's interesting. It's an interesting thing to kind of gauge as well. We've had quite a few artists come through, and the majority of male Black artists, definitely quite a lot of them have also been incarcerated as well.
Yeah.
And But on the flip side, a few of the female artists have been arrested, but I think like the jail situation is quite different. But obviously, it's just we'll touch on that as well actually a bit later because we're gonna just on the dynamic of society and black bodies, which I mean,